Hey, everybody, and welcome to the SEAL Podcast, episode number 182 for the 7th of the 7th, 2023. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by the Right Honourable Gentleman, Neil.
Hello. Good to be here.
Good to be back. Yes, it is good to be back. Cut straight to the chase. I've been off. I haven't been here for 3 weeks. That is possibly a record of me not trying to force my voice on people over the airwaves.
Did you squeeze an extra show in on somebody else's show in between? I don't know. Seems like the sort of thing you might do.
Yeah, probably.
Didn't appear on the Veteran Gamers in between.
Yeah, I took a couple of weeks off for my holiday, and then I forgot that I was going away for the weekend. I got back, so there was a week off last week. So thank you for your patience for the week off. Thank you for your patience for me being away. Boys did a sterling job again. Dave's in a new house. I can see now. That's a completely different background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Last week.
You wasn't here. The first time I was in the new house. Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah, it's starting to feel like home now. Yeah, it took a while.
Well, it's ongoing, isn't it? And then before you know it, your house is full of crap again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You've got me thinking about moving now. You've planted a seed in my head.
Wow.
You ain't moving.
Business.
You're not going to move.
I'm thinking about it.
Where are you going to move to?
I don't know.
A nice part of Canada?
All of Canada's nice. So anyway, it's good to be back. Sorry, Dave, you're going to say something?
I was going to say, I can just imagine you like going up to a lakeside cabin with like dial-up
with
internet.
Absolutely shit all internet, yeah. I have to get satellite internet or something. It's so bad.
Yeah. We were out on the lake, actually, and my uncle was pointing out, you see these towers, and they've had to put towers in across the lake to beam internet to all these mansions that are on the lake. It's terrible business.
Ruining the landscape, is it?
Yes.
But also,
should have dug some cables in or something instead.
Yeah, digging around there. It's all granite. Yeah, so it was good. We met up. We went. I went over to the UK, which was nice. We didn't do a SEAL meetup like we did last year, which I think would be on the cards for the next time. But this time we were drawn to meet up at Arnie's wedding. Arnie, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago or whatever it was. Yeah, so we all piled over to his wedding, and it was good. It was good. It was a good laugh.
For you. You were having a right good laugh, I reckon. At everybody else.
I balanced out because I don't drink. So I have it's two-edged sword. So I have, I got the advantage of I remember everything. Like, I'm pretty sure I remember everything. I'm old, so I'll forget it soon. But now I remember everything that went down, and so that was good. The other problem, though, I had no fuel in the tank, so around about 10:30, I was cooked.
Was you really?
Nothing in me. There was about a period there where it was really, if someone had come around the corner and seen me, I was like sitting on my own in the corner, probably my head in my hands, wishing for a bed. For about half an hour, just while I recharged.
Kicking off, wasn't it? About 10:30.
Yeah, well, that was it. That's just when
everything kicked in.
I think I was talking to Lou and Penny, and we were lamenting how late the taxi was going to be. And then we decided to go for a dance, and we all got our mojo back. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You'll have to tell us all about it.
Can you remember the dancing at the end?
I was going to say,
I've seen videos. That's about.
I thought I remember dancing, but then like I've seen pictures and videos, and I was literally just standing there with a drink, going, woo, like just bobbing my head. And I'm sure I was dancing. No, not at all.
There's definitely evidence of you dancing in one video I've seen. Well, sorry, dancing. Definitely waving your arms around a bit.
Everybody got stuck into the dance floor at one point. So.
No.
Yes.
It was. And we got to meet your sister, right, Penny?
Yes. Yep. She did well. She came along as my +1, which was fun.
Yeah, she was a good laugh. She was.
Yep, thanks. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was good. Crack.
I thoroughly enjoyed meeting your better halves, and when I say better halves, I mean better halves.
Better behaved, that's for sure.
Yeah. I was so hungover on.
Yeah, we barely saw you on Sunday, did we?
I ordered it was an unlimited breakfast at the in the morning from between 8 and 10, I think it was.
You were booked for 9:15, weren't you?
Yeah, no, missed it.
Oh,
Could not. Just no. I was
no chance.
no chance. No.
I was
no.
there bright and early. Well, just to let you know that I think Matt and I took your spot anyway.
Oh, good.
We
Good.
bowled in. Well, actually, we bowled in around about 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something like that. Just, can you fit us in, please?
It wasn't very busy when we went down. It was a Sunday
Nah, we
morning. There was loads of wedding guests booked at not like there was 3 weddings. I think 3 weddings in the area, and there were like lots of people staying at this hotel. Obviously,
I think it's probably not uncommon for some people to not make
to
breakfast.
just go. Whoa, no thanks. I've definitely I remember going to a wedding of my wife's. She used to work with a lady, and they got married, and we joined them for breakfast.
Oh, your wife and the lady?
No, obviously not. Like her and her fella got married, and we went to the wedding reception. We stayed in a hotel overnight at their place where they had the wedding, and we joined them for breakfast. And I was sat at the table with like the bride and groom, and I was like, I'm going to have to go back to the room, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to chunder everywhere if I stay here much longer. Yeah. But there was no such nonsense this time around for me. I've obviously hardened up a bit.
Dave, did you keep everything, all contents in your stomach?
Yep.
No, you didn't. You puked?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was in the morning. It was in the morning. So, like...
Yeah, that's when it happens, usually.
I was drinking lots of water and stuff, and yeah, it was just
Is it? I never, ever used to puke in the morning. Ever.
No. Yeah. No,
I
don't
did you get it out of your system the night before then?
It was always out of my system at the night. If I knew had the slightest inkling, I always grew up. If I had the slightest inkling I was going to be sick, I'd stick those fingers down my throat and get it.
I've never
done.
I probably should have done that, but yeah, no, it's.
I was absolutely stunned when I woke up, and I was like, I don't have a hangover. I don't know how, but there we go.
No, I enjoyed myself to excess. Normally, I don't normally get that drunk, but yeah, it was just a combination of. It was a really nice day. It was a really nice place.
It was beautiful.
There was a lot of alcohol to be drunk.
It was a lot of people having fun, which is a sign of a good couple getting married. It was great.
Yeah. No, thank you, Arnie. If you were.
Yeah. Cheers, Arnie.
Yeah.
Do it again in a few years if you can, please.
Just renew your vows, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, if you could do that somewhere closer, that would be great. I see looking on here, we don't have any listener stuff. I'm okay with that.
We've just had SLH saying she sends us some summertime love. I don't think that's just exclusively us three. I think that's just everyone in general.
Okay, we'll take that.
And that just reminded me. The summertime love bit just triggered something in my brain. And I was like, I seem to remember that being in a really cheesy rap in some Europop tune from a long time ago. So I had to research that, obviously.
Of course.
And it was Sabrina. Boys, boys, boys. So I was like, yep, I remember that. I know why that's lodged in my brain now.
How did you find it?
I just searched summertime love Europop, and it was just like bang straight away. It came up. I was like, oh yeah, that's the one.
Oh, bless those algorithms. Thank you, Susan. Much appreciated. So, okay, is that the listener stuff then? That's all we got?
That's it. Yeah.
That's
what happens when you have a week off.
Well, they abandon us. I get it. It's okay. Do you want to talk about football at all? Maybe
just a little heads up to everyone. I know there's 6 teams in the league already, but FPL is back live. Obviously, it doesn't kick off until the 11th of August, but you can start fiddling around, playing around, trying to get your squad together. Join the league and all that sort of fun stuff. So you've actually got, have you just auto completed your 2 teams to get in the league? Or
no, I have not. I have constructed a team. I have had the spreadsheets on the go, and I have constructed a team.
Is this the team? Are you going to fiddle?
The only thing I would fiddle with this is if somebody said, this guy's coming in, he's shit hot, you should definitely.
Or someone leaves that's in your team potentially, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I was looking to put De Gea in again, but he seems to be absent. I don't think he's re-signed, has he?
He's technically not got a club at the minute because his contract ran out on the 30th of June. So, but they've kind of offered him a new contract, but it was a lot less money than he was on. They're supposedly getting this guy from Inter, Onana.
Oh yeah, Banana.
Onana. what's his name?
Kahana.
Banana
Kahuna.
Mama.
Yeah. Anyway. And yeah.
So how do we join the league?
Zaha doesn't have a squad at them. He's not a Crystal Palace player at the moment, apparently either.
Oh,
So he's absent from the FPL. What did we say?
notable.
What would you say?
How do you join the league?
We have a new code in the Discord for people who want to join the league. If you just, I've renewed the league. It has got a new code, but if you were in our league last year, it should just automatically re-enter you into this league once you've set your team up. And I
But you will
assume
need to.
there's a
sort your
button to
passwords
click
out.
to say, yeah, everyone has to choose a new password. I don't know why, but they've deemed it necessary for everyone to change their password. So that's what you'll need to do before you start anything else. And that'll take a little while of fiddling about.
Oh,
Fraser's
Okay.
camera's having a bit of a mare. But there we go, he's back.
Mm,
Got some EMPs going on over there, have we, or something?
possibly.
It's all those towers they keep putting in.
All right. Are we going with any hard and fast rules about listener interaction on the football? The only thing I would say is just we have seen, I think, is that it's very easy for people to join as many leagues as they want.
Mm.
And I don't think it, and we just know it's not really fair for people to be in our league if they're not really participating in the community. So I think what we did last year was we periodically were shouting out to people and seeing if there was some sort of response, feedback response. And I think we hoofed a load of people, didn't we?
I don't think we did in the end.
There were about 2 or 3 people.
They didn't need to because I think that people hoofed themselves last year.
Okay.
It's self-hoofed.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are trying to make this.
Out. But yeah, if
trying to
that's
make
what,
it as
keep
fair
it in
to
the
the listeners
Discord,
as possible.
preferably. We have a channel for footy chat, and when it's fantasy weekends, like people are posting in there occasionally, mainly me. But
Sally Salmon joined this week.
a new listener,
Very
new
exciting.
joining the Discord, and straight into the league straight away.
Nice.
So, welcome aboard.
Okay, then if that's is that good for football for now?
That's good for football. Do we need to talk about threads?
In what way?
Like, is everyone going on threads? Is that the thing? Because it's like Twitter's obviously been a bin fire for however long.
Oh, this is the new Twitter thing. Well, I don't know. I'm not on Twitter anyway, so
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those things. Just wait and see who the victor is, and then we'll.
I'm a bit
jump.
like loads. All I see on Twitter is people going, "Yeah, I've joined this and I've joined that and I've joined this," and they continue to post on Twitter. So
Right. Yeah.
Threads was apparently not allowed in the EU though, which gives me a little like privacy concerns or something. I'm like, maybe we won't join that just yet then. But
Yeah, weren't we all supposed to be joining Mammoth or something before?
Mastodon,
yeah.
That was weird though, the way that worked. You can join that still, but it's weird. So I haven't bothered. Blue Sky is the Jack from Twitter's new thing, apparently. But you have to get invites to get on that at the minute.
Right.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Let us know if we need to get on Threads.
Okay. Let's move on then to what we've been doing. I sort of talked about the UK anyway. I don't know whether I haven't really got much to talk about.
Still swimming?
That. I am. I started swimming again. I'm on. Okay, I'll tell you about the swimming because I've got back into the swimming. I went this morning. I've been swimming at 6:30 in the morning now. That's been the change. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Routine. Getting a routine though.
The first swim back from my 2 weeks away was savage. Absolutely savage.
Were you the one everyone was tutting while they're in the slow lane?
Probably. I know they were touching me at this new time in the morning because I'm a noob now. They don't recognize me. They're like, "Who is this guy?" But don't worry, I'll work my way into their hearts. I have a sheet. See the sheet? Sheet's very important, right? This is
you have to have things on paper, don't you?
This is I record every time I go swimming, right? And the reason I do that is because once I fill this whole thing, I'll know that I have broken even on my annual pass. Right?
I see. Good.
If I don't make it to the end, then I haven't. But I also know that my annual pass runs out in 11 days. In 11 days, I have to swim 4 more times. and then I'll have broken even. So I'm trying to figure out how to squeeze probably maybe an extra
Surely
swim.
you only need to go 3 a week to make it pay. Do you?
Yeah, but I didn't swim for most
I
of
know.
the winter, so that's a problem.
Well, probably only 2 a week then to break even at that. If
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
So you put 54 on there. Is that right?
It's
Is that what you said?
56. Yeah.
All right, so that's only more than just over 1 a week. in a
Yeah, I
year.
really screwed up by not swimming over the winter.
Wow.
Big time. But yeah, here's one thing. Okay, so I'll tell you a story though from when I went up to the lake last weekend. So my dog took my dog up, big goofy Labrador that he is. And there's a story from a few years ago that I was up fishing on the lake where I go every year. And a duck and ducklings came by. I don't remember if you ever. I don't even think we were podcasting when I had this.
I kind of get an idea where this is going, but
Yeah,
go
and
on,
anyway, so he
yeah.
sees the duck and he goes bolting after this duck and runs down, and she just leads the dog away. Right? She gets his attention, leads the dog down the lake while the ducklings swim away to safety. This mother duck has this all sorted out. Anyway, he just swam after her, and basically he was going to die. He was going to drown if we didn't get in a boat and go rescue him. Right? Just to exhaustion. I had to get in the neighbor's boat and go chase him down the lake. Anyway, so we ended up buying a life jacket for him so if he did
So
that
he can
again,
go and get them ducks.
So at least he wouldn't die. Anyway, so I'm fishing again, and this is this year. I'm fishing again, and then I'm just about whatever. I'm fishing. I cast my line out, and then I don't even notice it. Duck comes around the corner with her ducklings again. Dog starts to go after her. She waves at him, gets his attention, starts leading him down the shore again, right? But this time I'm on my game, and I just run straight for him and grabbed him. And I had to run to the neighbors, like a bit of a way down, but I caught him. And I was like, Jesus, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so I march him up to the top, and I come back, and then I march up to the top, but back into the cottage or whatever. And then my cousin's husband comes down and says, "Do you want to go fishing?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go fishing." Go back down to the dock. I'm like, "Where's my fishing rod? Can't find my fishing rod anywhere." And then my cousin goes, "Look, there it is." And we can see the fishing rod at the bottom of the lake, right? Not far down. It's like 6 foot or something. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he goes, "I'll fish it out for you." So he starts to fish my rod out. And then just as he grabs it, obviously it disturbs whatever was already on that hook. I'd left it in my panic to get the dog. I'd left it in the river. So this bass suddenly jumps out of the water and is on the and I see my rod starting to disappear into the depths, and there's a big drop off as well. So I stripped off and just jumped in and grabbed my rod, misses. And I grab it. I'm swimming back to the shore and I give it to my cousin. And he reels in a nice big huge bass off the.
This is the way.
This is the way to
catch
fish
fishes.
people. Yeah. This is the way to literally like hand it like some sort of like Excalibur out of the lake. Handed my rod to my cousin. And I sort of learnt my lesson there about the dog. So the next day I go down with him. I put his life jacket on. I'm like, I got to put your life jacket on, like just in case.
Do you know what I think I might do? Is just like put his lead on and tie him to a post or something.
You can't do that. No. You're on the great outdoors. He needs to be free. Anyway, I put his life jacket on. The final part is I put his life jacket on, and then we're sitting there fishing, and what comes around the corner? Mother duck and her ducklings. And what does my dog do now that he's got his life jacket on?
Just sits there.
Absolutely nothing. He just sat there and watched.
Like, I know you're going to fucking just flap around and fuck. Lead me a merry dance down the shore.
I'm not running with this thing on.
Did his job though. Saved
it. Yep. So anyway, that was fun with the dog again, but it's good to be away.
I'm impressed that your dog is still alive. I don't know. It's just the things it's done. I don't know how it's still alive.
He's something's got to take him out sooner or later. I mean, it's a numbers game, isn't it?
He is a danger to himself.
He's not going really the only thing. Well, what you think is the only thing around here that really is a proper threat to him is cars. Nothing else matters around here. But I know something obscure is going to end up taking him down. I don't know what it's going to be. Probably something he eats.
Yes. We've got that horrible weed over here or something. People getting stung by some super venomous plant over here or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. We do have porcupines. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
are,
fu-
they,
I'm
are they poisonous or?
No, they're not poisonous. I'm
Uh,
fully prepared at some point to be pulling out the pliers. I've got pliers in the back of my car ready to attack my dog when he gets a face full of quills. And I'm not taking him to the vet. I'm not sedating him. If he gets hit by a porcupine, he's going to take the full
They went
force of
in,
the pain.
they can come out.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to have to just grin and bear it.
Just give him a
yeah,
tub
so
of
that,
Vaseline to keep him quiet.
yeah, don't. Neil, what have you been up to?
Well, I have been doing my Couch to 5K run still. I say still, I haven't run all week because I've had to take a week off because I got a fucking sore knee. I don't know if it was the boogieing that kicked it off. I don't know whether I was twisted my knee or something when we were dancing, when we were trolleyed. But that week after, every day I ran, it was a bit painful. I was like, oh, this isn't good. And I kind of persevered. I persevered. Then Friday morning, I went out last week. And that was the two times last week I had to do like a bit longer, like 2 lots of 3 and 2 lots of 5. And that was pretty hard. The first one, I had to stop in the second 5 because it was like I was really hurting. Well, that day I stopped. I walked for a bit and then carried on running after I'd got my breath a bit. But so I finished it properly on Friday, and then we went out last Friday for Pizza Express on Friday evening, and I could barely walk on down to town to get to the fucking pizza place. I was like, my knee is fucking caning. I can't walk at normal speed. I'm having to walk really slow. So I'm like, and then so obviously I didn't do anything that weekend. I went to work. I bought myself a knee support so I could work. But yeah, I haven't been all week this week. And I've been waiting for my new trainers to come, thinking it might be a trainer issue that has not helped my knee. So I've got some extra support on my trainers. Spent a load of money, not loads and loads of money, but like 80 quid on a pair of proper running trainers. They came today finally. So I was like, I forgot them. I was like, I really want to go for a run to see what they're like. So that's good, I guess. I'm still motivated to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be out over the weekend to break them in. But they feel good anyway on my feet without running. So they definitely feel.
Now?
No, they feel a lot better than my old shit trainers that I was wearing to running.
Are they placed somewhere neatly side by side, gleaming in their newness?
They're in.
Have you thrown them in the shoe pile?
There's a shoe cupboard. We have like one of those IKEA ones that goes up flat against the wall that flips out, and they're in there at the moment. And we've got fucking tons of pairs of shoes in our porch, which is quite annoying. But yeah, there's like enough spare place for like 8 pairs in that thing, and then there's a bench on the other side with a load of shoes on, and then there's shoes underneath the thing on the other side. There's fucking shoes everywhere. Yeah, all of my shoes are nice and neat and tidy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go. I'll probably wear my knee support though when I go first time, see how I go. And I've been doing the deep heat and everything on my knee.
It's been doing rice.
Rice? Oh, right. Rest, ice compression, and elevate. No.
Yes.
No, because of it hurt that Sunday night at work, but it was fine most of the time. It's fine now, but I like when I put my support on it. Actually, it started hurting as soon as I put my support on the other week. I was like, that's not great, is it? So
well, that's like opposite to what you want.
Yeah. Since then, I've been putting deep heat on and then put my support on, and that seems to have done the business so far while I've been working. But yeah,
don't get it on your balls.
I will do my best. My knee's not that close to my balls, to be fair.
Have you ever done that?
I've not tried it.
I remember I did that when I was younger, when I was playing squash.
Purpose?
Just when I was playing. Yeah, no, not on purpose. Well,
you think
sort of.
I'm just going to spray this deodorant down my pants?
It was one of those things when you're young and into a sport, and you think you want all the edge and all the cool gear or whatever. And then one time you see some guy spraying some deep heat, and you go, "Oh, that's what I need because I'm a sportsman too." And I sprayed it on my inner thigh, and it just got
just a bit too close.
Oh man, it was brutal.
Oh dear. Well, funny enough, I haven't tried. I haven't had to go that high up. My knees are at the other end of my thigh. So
Or your balls aren't that low.
Your
Well,
balls will
I'm not
be.
being funny.
Don't worry, it's coming.
That's quite a long way. Even for me at my height, that's quite a long way. So I'm not sure I'd want to see anyone. If anyone had balls hanging that low, I definitely wouldn't want to see it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back on it hopefully over the weekend. And I definitely want to get back in it. Because
That's good.
felt like I was really making progress. I'm getting to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm actually feeling like that's a lot more than I could do like 4 weeks ago.
Did you feel better?
Yeah, I do. I felt a bit like I was losing weight, but the scales say otherwise. So I don't know. I feel trimmer. So maybe I've just built up my leg muscles a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, muscle's like 8 times heavier than fat. So, but like you don't actually lose weight when you start training, because it's kind of like off the fat you're losing is being offset by the muscle gain. So,
Yeah, I
I've lost weight.
definitely could lose some weight. That's for sure.
I was up around 170 pounds, give or take. Now down to 155.
That's
So I've
pretty
lost a
trim.
bit.
That's pretty trim.
Yeah, very trim.
I'm in kilos at the moment, so I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
talking about weight to people in the UK is very difficult.
yeah,
I tried in
stone.
pounds, but pounds just. Yeah, I know stones, but pounds, I'm just like, that doesn't mean anything, even though it's basically the same stones. But yeah, I'm at 81 kilos, just over, which is about
11 stone.
Yeah, that's pretty light, mate.
Yes.
I'd be happy with 11 stone again. For years, I was like about 10.5 stone, and for years and years and years, and it didn't matter what I did, 10.5 stone, bang, all the time. I don't know what point it changed.
It's about 35.
now
Look
it's
at
more
your
like
picture behind you. Where's just that picture behind you? That's when it all changed.
That's my dirty sausage. That's what happens if you spray deep heat on your cock.
Wow, very good.
Well, that killed the conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Did I put anything else down? Oh, I've been watching some telly.
Oh, actually, I'd tell you, I've been watching telly too. I do have something I should talk about.
You can do it now then. Now you've said about it.
Scream Queens.
Who?
Have you ever heard of Scream Queens? Some series. It's about 6 or 7 years old. I don't know. It's on Disney Plus. My daughter was watching it, and I was like, "What is this?" It's all about these girls at some sort of university. They all belong to, like Kappa Phi House or whatever. All the
Do they have girl houses as well,
sororities. That's what
Right.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Anyway, and there's a serial killer. Basically, if you like Scream movies, this is sort of like a similar thing. There's killers running around. And at first I was a bit like, what is this? It's just odd. But I ended up watching some of it with my daughter because she's just been binging it while I've been around. And the writing is actually, the acting is good. The writing is really good. And if you suspend your, I don't know what it is, if you just get the mindset for it, I thought it was brilliant, actually. I was very, very impressed. Very impressed. And it's got a lot of recognizable people in there. Jamie Lee Curtis is like the dean of the school, and a lot of the girls I recognize from other things.
Is this on Netflix?
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I've only got that
Disney
for about a week.
Yeah, it's called Scream Queens. It's definitely worth a look. It's quite amusing. I think it's one you could watch with the missus or the kids as well.
The missus hates any sort of horror stuff.
Oh, it's not like that. It's tongue in cheek, right? It's totally tongue in cheek. It's not horror. My wife is the same.
Okay, cool. I'll have to check it out.
And I watched Dune as well.
The movie,
which was brilliant.
the latest
new one.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
Part 2's out.
The old one.
Is it part 2 out this year or is it next year? So that's I feel like it's out soon. The next one.
I would hope they would be out this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I thought it looked amazing.
It looks
really
amazing.
good atmosphere.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you like the original movie?
No, I've never watched it.
Have you not? It's a bit weird.
I tried to watch it the other day, and it was like,
it doesn't age. It hasn't aged well.
No. So, sorry. So, yeah, back to Neil.
Yeah, I've been watching. Carried on watching Silo. I think we're just over halfway through. It's technically finished out on Apple TV now, so all the episodes are out. But we were motoring through, watched about 4 episodes in one evening, and then I think we haven't watched any since. Just kind of because we were waiting for the last one to come out, and then we just haven't got around to it because we'll probably end up spamming all of them in a row. But yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's been good.
Good.
I've heard lots of good things about it.
Yeah, I heard people. Well, I saw one thing on Twitter about the last, and someone just said, "Oof, that last episode, wow!" And I was like, "Ooh, I hope that's a good wow." So yeah, hopefully it's good. Have you been back watching the Last of Us TV show? Since
Because you started it, didn't
I did.
you?
I watched the first episode, and then this was like, nah, whatever. It's a bit like the game, isn't it? And I've just watched it. I've only watched 2 episodes more because it's become like whatever. When I do the ironing, I put The Last of Us on while I do the ironing because no one else is going to watch it in this house. But yeah, I watched it like episode 3 of it with the Bill and Frank, and I was like, I don't remember any of this being in the game at all. But I can't remember the relationship in the game. Sorry, I'm like, I remember Bill being a thing in the game, I'm sure, but I don't remember him being dead. So I don't know. Maybe I missed that whole part of it. Can't remember, but yeah. Anyway, it's very well made, and it's pretty good. And there's only been one sort of scene really with with the clickers in and all that shit. Some of the bad shit. It's a lot of more. It's not like non-stop zombie shit. Obviously, they're not zombies. I know they're not zombies. Don't say anything about them being not being zombies. But it's not like Walking Dead, where it's just like nothing happens for ages and then there's a zombie horde.
I did see one of the clicker parts. Somebody was getting attacked by a clicker. Someone in one of the seats on the airplane in front of me was watching it.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they look fucking good in that show, and yeah, it's pretty weird. Ugh. They are a bit anything related to that is a bit fucking gross, but suitably gross. But yeah, so turns out it is all right. It seems.
That show that everybody's saying is brilliant.
Everyone was fucking raving about for months. Was like, yeah, turns out it's okay.
Well, we haven't seen it yet, have we, Dave?
I've finished it.
Yeah, you watched
it. Oh, you finished it? Oh, did you think it was good?
I thought it was excellent. Yeah.
Oh, it's just me then who hasn't seen it, so I still think it's shit.
Well, you haven't even watched it, so you can't say.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't say shit if you haven't tried it.
Even though that's exactly what you did and I both did.
No, I actually tried it. And I was like, she was just annoying.
We were all slating it before anyone tried it.
She was annoying in the first episode, but
you're all
she becomes less annoying
now.
Yeah, she becomes less annoying.
Team Last of Us. I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's all right.
I can find it.
It's okay. It's on HBO over there, isn't it? Is that you get HBO?
We don't get that though. I think we do, but I have to get it through some weird provider. Costs a fortune.
Well, it's called Max now, isn't it, or something? Anyway.
Yeah, HBO Max.
No, I think it's called HBO Max. It's just called Max. Something.
Oh.
They've changed the name about 3 times, as far as I'm aware. Catching up on other podcasts in America that say things about it, but yeah, I don't think anyone really knows what it's called anymore. But it's that HBO thing,
right?
But yeah, that's about it for me.
About you, Davey boy.
Can you hear me now?
You've changed mics.
Your microphone's gone weird. It's like you're on a webcam. Dave's been having issues with his PC, which is one of the things he's supposed to be talking about. It's like it's like he's arranged for it to happen live on the show.
Odd USB issue with motherboard on PC. Is that what it is?
That's better.
There we go. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, God's sake. Oh, yeah. So, sorry, have we gone to me? I lost half that conversation. Yeah, during the move, I don't know if it's because of how I replugged everything back into my computer. I've just been having loads of problems with my my PC. Mainly the USB bits, in that my mouse randomly just freezes every now and again. And then just now, I don't know if my camera went off, but my sound went on, which is my Sennheiser, which is plugged into the USB. And then my keyboard just randomly stops. So it's like all the USBs stop
they go
working.
Into sleep mode or something.
But not all of them, because the camera's in USB.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe I've got too many things plugged in. Maybe it's drawing too much power. Maybe I've got things plugged into the wrong USBs, because there's like a USB 1, a USB 2.1, and a USB 2. I don't know. Lots of different types of USBs. So I probably should have
Looks
took a
like
picture of what everything plugged in and.
it looks like you have a delay on your audio compared to your video too.
Right.
I don't know whether Neil
Does
can
that-
see that.
Yep, but that happens every now and again.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So yeah, it's not great. It's very annoying at the moment. So I've just got to basically do
Buy a
lot
new
of-
one.
Yeah. Yeah. I might just reinstall Windows.
ooh,
Or fix Windows. I think they don't actually reinstall Windows anymore. You can do a fix where you keep all your apps and applications, but just Windows reinstalls.
you can do all sorts of stuff,
Yeah.
including buy a new PC.
Including buy a new PC and give this one to my daughter. Which is also a something I might be considering. When I get some money.
Juicy.
Sell your house.
Yeah, just buy a computer for it with it. So
Tell
yeah.
your wife, go walk into your bedroom and say to your wife, you know what, I've been thinking, I think we should downsize.
I don't want a new
And I need a new computer.
So yeah, so there's that. That is it's a continually annoying problem, because sometimes it's okay, and then like today, just randomly everything goes to pot for a short amount of time, and then it sorts itself out again.
It is weird.
It is weird. What else? Oh, I went to see George Ezra last Friday.
Yes.
That's why well, Fraser couldn't make it, and I had been bought. Me and the missus been bought some tickets to go and see George Ezra.
I don't know who he is. Should I?
He's a soft rock,
Pop.
like pop, artist.
You have to be popular to be a pop artist, don't you?
he's quite no. He's quite
Yeah,
well
people
known
know
in
who
the
he is
UK.
over here for sure.
Yeah. So he's done a couple of big songs.
Is
but
he
he's
younger than me or is he older than me?
Oh, he's definitely a lot younger than you.
Younger,
No,
yeah.
I hate him.
It's a very chilled out. But when we went to
So
see
you're
him,
saying he's younger, probably got more money, more adoration.
but
Definitely.
I think he's quite a good musician as well. But we went to see him in Bedford with some mates, and it was a very family orientated thing. There's like people with their kids.
No
and
one throwing bottles of
tables and-
piss.
No one throwing bottles of piss. Luckily, there was lots of beer there. There was a couple of big beer tents, but because it was all family orientated, there wasn't massive queues for them. So, but brilliant. And so yeah, we got a taxi there and back, and yeah, got very drunk again.
Nice.
Dave
you
was
had
the guy
learned.
that they're trying to keep their kids away from you.
No, it was really good. It was a really good laugh.
Anyone else
because it was,
on the bill, or was it just George?
I think they were. We didn't get there in time. We were sat in the pub beforehand. We knew he was coming on about 8, so I was like, yeah, we'll rock up about 7:30, and we wandered in at like 8:15, and it was just starting, and yeah, so we was like, oh, okay. And we
I think it
kind of
seems
venue
like
was it?
he's go on.
Sorry, Fez.
What kind of venue was it?
It was a park. So it was a sort of.
I think I thought you said tent. So I was thinking park. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's all right. It was,
Yeah,
there were loads of they put out loads of tables, picnic tables, and people brought their own like little chairs and picnic blankets and stuff, and it was quite
Just
a
like
big
Glastonbury.
area.
Yeah, see that I'd enjoy. I could go to that whether I like George Ezra or not.
Well,
right?
that's it. Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's
So-
good
so we,
background music, I'd say. George Ezra.
Yeah.
It's definitely not offensive in any way.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe I should start listening to George Ezra.
So
He seems fair game. A bit of a good lad, because he was on when Reeves and Mortimer did a comeback show, and he was on there, and they were like taking the piss. Stuff.
Oh, okay.
He seems like it. Seems like he's probably a good lad.
A good sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, there was that. That was good. So the Monday after Arnie's thing when I got way too drunk. I had booked in just after Christmas 2 days with the Californian Superbike School, doing track days and training, learning how to ride my motorbike on a track. Luckily, I'd gotten over my hangover enough on Monday that I wasn't too impaired.
Drank about 8
Um,
pints, 8 litres of water on Sunday.
I was really worried on Sunday that I was going to feel awful for it on Monday, but no, it's fine. But basically, it was the Monday and Tuesday from probably about 8:30 to about 5 o'clock, doing learning and being on the track. So it was awesome. I've never taken my bike on a track. Never had. Never. I don't think I've been in a car on a track.
It's like going on a marble floor, isn't it? It's just so smooth, no ruts, no pebbles.
Definitely no
nothing.
fucking potholes, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, it's just really nice.
But no, it was really good. It was like the first time they sent you out and basically said 2 gears, bigger, your big bike's probably third and fourth, but no brakes. Try not to brake. Obviously, if you need to brake. But try not to brake and go around and not see how fast you can go, but how well you can take the corners. So we're out on the track for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, going around. And it was so weird trying to judge your speed going into these corners without braking, just using the engine braking and going around. And you're getting used to that. And then every time we came in, we had a bit of a lesson, a bit of a break about something to do. So the next thing to do was learn how to turn in fast. So not just turn and continue to corner all around a corner quickly, so go into a corner deep, turn, and then accelerate out of it
High exit speed.
It's a much better way of taking the corner. And then like every single time we're doing it, we're like teaching on something different, so where to look and what to look for, and then like picking points on the track and learning how to spot different things and then ignoring other things. And yeah, it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If anybody's at all interested in motorbiking, go like see if you can get a date on this California.
Where was that?
That was at Bedford Autodrome. So which was partly owned by Williams and Julian Palmer, Formula One racing driver. There's a big karting track there as well. It used to be a big old RAF airfield, as most of these tracks are.
Well, it's like Silverstone, wasn't it? Silverstone was an airfield.
Yeah. But it's it's brilliant. Loved it. Best money I've spent on my bike and learning on my bike.
You just go away. You've got so much to take away with you, right? And your whole whole day-to-day rides just completely change.
Yeah. It's it's just given me a lot more confidence and understand the capabilities of my bike and if I did need to if I did go into a corner too quickly, I wouldn't do it instinctively, but I'd have the training to think, okay, right, this is what I do, this is what I definitely don't do.
Yeah.
So don't look at the edge of the road, don't look at what you're trying to avoid.
That's what I did.
Look at where you want to go.
I looked at what I was supposed to be avoiding,
Yeah.
and I ended up hitting it.
Yeah, I think it's I'm not funny. The first day I left, I was like, I'm not on the racetrack, I'm just riding home, and I got stuck behind a van doing 40 on the country roads. I'm like, I'm happy here, I'm not gonna die on my way home, but back from the back from the track day. But yeah, no, it was and just
tracks are good
cool
places for driving fast and riding
Yeah.
fast. Roads generally are not. So
No. But it's extremely tiring. I was probably out on the track for about 2 hours in total out of the 8.5. And just riding around and like just like trying to learn and it's you don't realize how tiring it is.
Busy riding. It's all corners,
yeah,
isn't it? That's why
yeah.
corners are so fun.
So
And it-
yeah, so I did that. That was awesome. That was definitely a highlight of this year. And I got some really cool pictures actually. I'll share one on. Got some pictures through the other day. And the other thing I thought I'd talk about is I bought some. It's called Tapo Smart TVR. I think TVRs is the right word for it. Thermostatic radiator valves.
Oh right. Okay.
yes.
So they're smart in relation to they're powered and they're sent. You look after them on your mobile through the app. You can set a temperature. So, for example, if I wanted this office to be 20 degrees Celsius during the whole day, even if the temperature in the rest of the house and where the main thermostat is, this office, if it got below that, it will turn the boiler on and send the water to this radiator, because all the other radiator valves will be shut and this will be open. So it intelligently, and well, it's smart. Here we are. It only heats the radiators that need to be heated because they've all got their own temperatures set.
How do you
on
know
them,
it's
right?
working at the moment? Did you crank the temperature
Uh,
right up to make sure it actually worked?
So yeah, so well, today is not a very good, but yesterday, it got down to about 18 degrees, and then I was in just setting each one like at 21 or 22 degrees, like checking that the boiler came on, heating that radiator, and then turned it back down, and then I heard the thermostat actually close the valve.
Don't
and the
you
boiler
need them
goes
on
off.
every single radiator though? Because
You
the way
need
I
them.
work it out, right?
You need them in strategic places. So like I've got 2 radiators in my kitchen and lounge. I've got one on the kitchen part. So that one looks after the whole room, and then I just keep the one in the kitchen at full on. So no, not full on, half on. So when the boiler does start up, it will send some of the water to that radiator, but not all of it. So that unless you can't. Well,
Because I've looked at doing this, but unfortunately, the ones that because I've got a smart thermostat, like I can move a thermostat around my house, sort of thing.
Hive or something.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a wiser one technically, but which is Drayton. They do like you can buy ones for the radiators. It came with a pack of like the main thermostat and 2 valves for the radiators.
Right.
When I went to put them on my radiators, it doesn't fit, and you have to buy an adapter. And I was like, well, fuck that, because that's like £8 per radiator plus fucking 40 quid per thing for the radiator.
Oh, right,
I'm looking
okay.
at like 800 quid to do my house on radiators or something. I was like, that's a lot of money to save. I don't know how much money.
Mm.
Yeah, it depends how much of an issue. Like if you're shutting down big portions of the house and can really knock the bill down. Yes. My only concern I'm pretty interested. I've come from a background of radiator valves because I used to work for Danfoss. They make a lot of them. I've been to the factory where they make them.
I haven't got Danfoss valves. I've got I don't know what they are, but the other one. What are the other ones? There's another make that's very popular.
I can't remember now. I've been
got a
away
load of Boss
from the UK for too long. What was I going to say? My only concern though is if you're shutting down radiators and you are then sending a signal to the boiler and it's only heating, like the boiler has a specific output it should work at. It knows.
The BTU.
Like, you know what I mean? Like if it suddenly has only got a small load as opposed to a big load of 5 radiators, it's now only got a small load of 1 radiator. What kind of effect does that have on the boiler? Is it prepared to work in that way? I mean, it could be some sort of modulating.
It's just a modern boiler, probably is. My arcane ancient fucking Potterton Netterheat, which every plumber that's ever looked at it goes, oh, these are good boilers. I was like, is it though? It's about fucking 50 years old. It's like, yeah, but you can fix them. I was like, great.
Yeah, I can fix them for cheap, he says.
Yeah.
It's like my old thing. It ran like a tank, but it was inefficient as ever, right?
Yeah.
It's-
I feel like if I replace my boiler to a modern boiler, I'd probably save myself a shitload of money. But I know also to get the best system in my house, I'd probably want to get rid of my hot water tank and go with like heat on demand. So I could have a longer shower if I wanted to. Or my son particularly could have a longer shower and wouldn't, and then the next person would still be able to have a fucking warm shower. After that, then my son has a shower and then the hot water tank's completely fucking empty because he's just caned
That's
the
like
entire thing.
220 liters or
Oh,
something.
yeah, he's a fucker though. He basically
my
cranks it
son's the
right to
same.
the max and then it's drained, and everyone else goes, "Oh, nice, cold shower for me then, I guess."
It's all that deep heat is rubbing on his crotch. Yeah, I don't know. It was I bought 8 valves. We've got, hang on, probably about 15 radiators in the house. The 8 valves cover all of the main rooms that I want. It's got things like open window detection
Yeah.
on it, so that if you open a window, it knows not to try and heat that room.
Yeah.
So
I assume that just knows if the temperature suddenly drops. That's how
Yeah.
it knows.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's got it pulls the forecast for the next day, so that it knows if it's going to be warm the next day, then it doesn't try and heat the house too much. It does it up to a point, and then so it doesn't say, for example, if I've set everything to 21 degrees, it won't heat everything to 21 degrees in the morning. It will heat it to like 19, and then just let the weather, because it knows the weather's going to be nice, heat the rest of the house. So yeah, it's
Smart.
it's intelligent.
Good. And soon one day you'll come home and your doors will be locked and you won't be able to get in. I can't do that, Dave.
No, no. It's protecting itself from me. But no, I thought it was it was a bit of an investment for me. It was like 400 quid for the thermostat and all the TVRs. But if it saves me, well, it should save me that in 2 years.
To get a report then.
So yeah, it hasn't done yet. I've only had it running, but it will start reporting, and like I've looked into it, and most people say it will save you 150 quid, 200 quid over the winter.
Depends what
at
happens
least.
with gas prices, basically.
It depends what happens with gas prices. Yeah,
Chances are they're going to go up.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's the likelihood of that. And then that's about it. It's been pretty busy last couple of weeks with everything.
Yep, we've all been busy. Okay, well let's move on to what we've been playing. Do we want to take a quick break before we do that?
Yes. I just need to grab drinks.
All right.
We'll be back
in 2
shortly.
seconds. Are we back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's move on to what we've been playing. Would anybody like to start? Dave?
Have you played anything?
Yes, I will. Well, I'll talk a little bit about the second game in the. Sorry now.
That's fine. I haven't been prepared, so.
So I've been playing a bit of Bit Battle Remastered.
Battle Bit Remastered.
Battle Bit, oh whatever. I don't bloody know.
Well, it's not whatever though, is it? Because I have to recorrect that for when I write it in the show notes. I'll just do that now, shall I?
Battle Bit Remastered.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
Yeah, I've just been carrying on playing. I talked about this last week. Not last week, week before. It is still fun. It's I don't know if I don't think you were here when I was speaking about Fraser. It's basically Battlefield, but fun and very basic.
Battlefield is fun.
Battlefield is fun, but this is funner because it's I don't know. It's kind of like Roblox style graphics, but there is a lot of deep.
Can we play in teams?
Yeah, you can play in teams. Yeah, it's actively encouraged.
We should get on this, shouldn't we?
Should we? We could just play Battlefield. It's just in part of Game
No.
Pass. We
Yeah,
can do
it's-
both.
it's-
But
it's
Battlefield
so
doesn't
careful.
involve any money getting spent, which I know you're a
It's-
fan of.
Sorry, I just refund it.
You won't know because it is fun. Well, you might do. Yeah, it's massive battles, 256 players, 128 on each side. The maps
Is that
are
every
big,
game? Is that,
varied.
or is there like?
No, there's one game type that is that. You can have smaller game types, but the large scale battles, there's a lot of different maps on, and you can have different times of the map as well. There's destructibility. Yeah, it's just really good. And yeah, it's everybody that I've been playing with and read about it is just it's just fun. It's just a fun game to play. So there's little to no issue like the dying is very inconsequential. You can get back into the firefights very quickly and easily. You're not trudging across the whole map to find the firefight again, so to speak. The maps and the way they funnel players in to certain areas it seems well thought out in that there's not so much downtime. There's lots of different ways you can play.
What's the gun feel like?
Guns feels good. Guns feel, yeah. When you hit people, like there's markers to show that you've hit them, and you not only scored on the fact that you kill them, but if you just hurt them and somebody else kills them, you get points, and it's just a rewarding game. In look and feel of it. When you're down, you're not down and out, but people can grab you and pull you to safety, and then pick you back up, or the enemy can grab you and and pull you away, so people can't respawn you, or just the way people, if you get killed in an open place, and people just watch your body and hope somebody else comes through and tries to pick you up. And yeah, there's just a lot, and it's I love it. It's very good.
He loves it.
The only problem with it though is I picked up Diablo 4.
Is it lost now?
Oh,
You hadn't played Diablos before, had you?
I'd never played a Diablo 4. I've Diablo before, no.
Really?
No, I know.
Oh,
So I know it's one of those games that is I've just put off. I wasn't really sort of that interested in that type of game before, but with this new one again, I wasn't really looking forward to it. I don't know if anybody else had said that that was something a game that they were.
I'm not actually sure if I've ever played a Diablo.
I've only played Immortal, which was the free-to-play one that came out on mobile and PC.
I played that for half hour on my phone and went, no, didn't like
No, I
it.
played it on PC. I didn't play it on my phone.
Right.
I would remember, I guess, if I played a Diablo. I'm not a Diablo person.
I know there's
No.
definitely. Like, I know Master Blackthorn in the Discord was saying how great he was, and I see Gary's been playing it lately. Defo.
There's quite a few people in our Discord playing it. Who else? I can't
Chill
remember.
Robots, I think, was saying they playing it. I think I've seen
Yeah.
them playing it.
Did this get an exclusive on Xbox or a limited release or
No,
before Sony? I think
no.
somebody was saying something about this was a system seller for somebody.
They might have had a beta program on Xbox, or an early access beta before them. But no, this isn't exclusive to anything. I've got it on Battle.net. Sorry, Quaxel's
Quaxel's in the chat.
Quaxel's in the chat taking a piss
Making
out of
me and
Fraser.
Dave laugh.
Why?
It said
Okay,
hi Neil and Dave and the new guy.
The new guy's
Uh,
here.
yeah. So I'd never played a Diablo 4. A Diablo before. I keep saying that, but a Diablo game before.
We hadn't
know
played
what you
Diablo
mean.
4 either,
Immortal.
to be fair. So,
So I don't know why I picked it up. It was I was sitting here and I was like, I think
Had
it
you
was,
had any beers?
I did have a few beers. But yeah, I think I'd watched a few people play it on Twitch and thought that it looked interesting. And yeah, I was just like, oh, I'll give it a go. It completely got me hooked.
That's good. How much was it?
60.
Is it not had a little
Oof.
sale yet? Not a cheeky sale.
Oh, 60. Good thing it got its hooks into you.
I don't even think Blizzard has a refund policy.
No, they are not Steam. No one is like Steam,
No.
except maybe Epic.
Yeah. No, I picked it up and I was like, I'll give it. Also, I can play it on my controller.
I was going to say, I was literally about to ask if you were going to play it on mouse and keyboard or controller.
Yeah. Well, because my mouse is playing up.
Yeah.
So luckily my controller, the connecting bit hasn't been playing up. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a go on that. Fucking it, awesome on the controller. Actually, I'm playing as a barbarian.
So what do you do? Is it you run around places and kill stuff, right, and collect loot?
Pretty much, yeah. Run around, do quests.
It's like a sort of isometric-ish view, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of top down.
With perspective, though. It's not like literally vertical view, is it? It's like a
No, it's
bird's eye
like
view, maybe.
2.5D probably. Isometric view game. It's yeah. There's a good loop of doing quests and picking up items and upgrading your gear and upgrading it after that, and then getting better gear and then doing more missions and then leveling up and then putting skill points into different actions and passive abilities and then leveling up some more and then finding new places and uncovering some of the story. It's really easy to play. You can, well, I can pick it up for like 10-15 minutes. I had a go before we jumped on here for 15 minutes, completed the quest and put it back down.
So I can see. Sorry, Dave, to interrupt you,
all
because
right.
I'm just quickly learning. Because I've never been a Diablo guy, but I also remember from Game Punchers days that Steve and John would quote it all the time. So I
Right.
guess they were quoting Diablo 3 because that was from 2012. So there's not been a, this has been 11 years waiting for the sequel, right?
Yeah.
It's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah. They've obviously built on what was there before. Apparently, this is from what I've read, it's more like Diablo 2 than Diablo 3. But I didn't play either, so I don't know. But that's what I've read.
Diablo 3 had a horrible launch, I recall, from being like a massive problem being the it was like a user-based economy or something, wasn't there? Like in some shop, and it was causing all sorts of fucking problems.
Right, okay. What with people duplicating items?
I don't know exactly because I wasn't into it, but I just remember that being like that. Basically, got hoofed out of the game. I think.
Right. Well, that doesn't. I don't think that's in Diablo 4. At least not for me. I'm level 38 with a maximum natural level of 50, and then a level cap, which has different progression from level 50 to 100.
You have to finish the game apparently to get above 50.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working towards at the moment. I'm working my way through the story.
Apparently, I've also heard, I don't know how you've been playing this, but it's not a good idea to go and do all of the side quests and not do the main quests.
Right.
You should make sure you're progressing the main story, otherwise it gets ridiculously hard because you're over leveled and everything scales with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing it as I play. So there is a way of changing the difficulty in game. So Obviously, the level 1 is sort of, your standard, and then level 2 you get more experience, but the baddies are slightly harder. But you've got to complete the game and then complete the end level dungeon to be able to progress to 3 and sort of hardcore, and you want to die difficulties, something like that. But that's when the serious loot and legendary items with the best stats start rolling at that. So, and there's also additional things you can do from what I've read.
Is there
but I'm-
PvP or anything like that?
There is a PvP. There is. I haven't engaged in it.
It's like a separate mode, is it? It's not like.
I don't know. I haven't even. I don't know if it's just not available to me, but I haven't even gone down that route yet. I'm just playing it as a solo, just progressing through it. You meet people in world, but the world scales from what I've played is the world scales to your level. So it doesn't matter where in the map you are, the enemies are scaled. And if you're running along with a level 50 person, the enemies are scaled to them separately to what they're scaled to you, but you're still fighting the same ones. It's a bit weird to think
I
about.
think that's. I don't know what other games done that, but that's the clever way of doing it. So
Yeah.
everyone's got a challenge, but without it being like impossible.
Exactly.
If your best mate's like level 78, you can
Right.
still play with them without it completely.
Yeah,
being
all they
impossible
need to do is take damage as percentages rather than points, right?
Yeah. So but what I think what you're saying about Neil is some of the dungeons are actually hard coded level requirements. So I think like the end level is a level 50 end game dungeon, and so if you're not up to that level, doing it will be quite difficult, so you won't be able to progress. In which case you probably go back and do some of it. But yeah, there's lots of different guides and things. I haven't really read much about a lot of it. I'm just sort of learning a lot of stuff sort of on my own manually. But yeah, I've just unlocked a horse. Didn't even realize horses were a thing. Apparently
Horses are a thing.
yeah, but it's funny. I got a horse and then looked in the in-game shop, and there's fucking horse.
It's lonely
artwork.
up in North. They're a bit insulated up in Northampton, Neil.
Yeah.
Um,
they have powered horses only in Northampton.
He's heard about all your shoes in your cupboard. He's interested.
But yeah, they're selling horse armor in the in-game shop, and I laughed. That was it wasn't a Skyrim thing. Was it Morrowind?
That was World of
Yeah.
Warcraft, wasn't
What
it?
was it? I don't know.
Horse
There was
armor?
there's a big controversy about selling horse armor. It's cosmetic only. But yeah, I laugh because like, why? I don't care what. I don't know.
Just
Maybe
buy another
people
horse.
well, I don't know.
You feel though, like those sorts of arguments, like about horse armor or pays to win and all that sort of stuff. Do you feel like those sorts of days are getting behind us now? And it's like the industry knows that stuff doesn't fly. Other people will pick up on it straight away. We don't need to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think they've got away with it with it's purely cosmetic. Which, but
There's
it
no
looks harmless.
extra payments.
There's no in-game thing, and I think the devs have specifically said that there's no pay to win in this game.
They can.
Anything and everything that you earn or you achieve is achieved in game. And not. So that's good. That's nice to know as well. So, but they're obviously got their hooks into people wanting to look flash. I'm trying to get those whales.
But that's still you can't spend real money to get that stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can buy silver coins to purchase in-game stuff. Yeah. Or you can straight up just give them money and you get a horse, shiny horse, armor, skin. Yeah. So yeah, but other than that, other than the dreaded microtransactions and paid cosmetics, it's an awesome game.
There's a horse.
Yeah, yeah, it's a brilliant game. The way they've structured the missions and the subquests and the dungeons and it's so easy. Literally, I can just jump in. I get a say, just jump in for 5-10 minutes, do something, come out, feel like I've achieved something, or I can have like a 4 or 5 hour session, and beeline like a specific thing, and come out of it. I haven't really grouped up. It's like I know there are some people playing. I'll probably do that after
Is
I.
it cross-play? Cross-platform?
Yep, it's Xbox, PlayStation, and Blizzard crossplay, and it's also cross-save. So if you have the game on multiple
If you want to spend
devices,
200 quid on Diablo on 3 platforms.
you can spend more than that because you could buy the limited edition, which is about 120 quid on Xbox, and also the same on PlayStation and Blizzard. So you could spend about 600 quid on this game.
Nice.
I won't.
No, but I'd say if you're at all interested in it, buy it. I'm sure it'll come on a sale in a couple of months, if not before Christmas.
I'm
After
surprised
Christmas.
it's not on now. Like this, everyone's having summer sales.
It-
Well, it's not
it's,
been out that long now, is it? Really?
it's still
No.
selling. I can like the I think the quality of this game is basically sells itself.
Yeah,
The-
Diablo 3, from what I was reading, Diablo 3 broke all sorts of records.
Right.
For PC sales. Pre-orders, first week sales, first day sales, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
According to a new press release by Blizzard, Diablo 4 was the best-selling opening in Blizzard's history. Revenue
More
of
than a Warcraft?
666 million.
That's not
How
bad,
much?
is it? That's bullshit.
$666
That's
million.
bullshit.
I don't know.
Well, they're fucking 666. Hello. It's about the fucking
Oh.
devil.
Well, turns out the devil does pay well, it says.
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah, they've fudged that figure somewhere.
Yes, slightly.
But yeah, it's a lot of people playing it, and that's and I haven't seen that there's been quite a few patches so far, but nothing that's actually impacted me. I think it's a lot of high level stuff and rolling of high level items and stuff, messing about with the RNG a little bit for the better, not for the worse. So yeah, that's my 2 games I've been playing.
Mm.
All right.
Neil, do you want to
tempted?
crack on?
Are you tempted to get it?
Not really. I'd probably go and pick up Diablo 3 if I saw it was a good price. I'd want to maybe do a proof of concept with that first before I...
Play Diablo Immortal. It's free to play. You don't have to buy anything.
I'm never going to play any of them.
I'm surprised Stan's not got into it yet.
Oh, well, maybe. He's all over Dead by Daylight. He's playing another one called Rain World.
Oh, I've just saw that pop up. I thought it said Rimworld initially, and I was like, hang on a minute, that doesn't say Rimworld.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. But it's Rain World. That's a 2D platform. He's really into that. So that should be on people's radars. And he's been playing Minecraft as well, which is odd. But he's got it all skinned up. Looks beautiful.
Oh, has he got the
if
ray
not,
tracing and all that shit?
It's something, whatever. It looks amazing. It's not the Minecraft I played. All right, Neil, what do you got?
Right, well, I've been playing more Judgment. I feel like I've not really played a lot, considering it's been 2 weeks. But I've been playing this over those 2 weeks. This is the Yakuza-based detective game with Takami. What's his name? Oh, fuck, I can't even remember his name.
I don't know. Weren't you playing this a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I was playing it. I've been playing it. It's a long game. Like all these games, going to take a while. But I'm on to like chapter 4, I think now. Out of like you get like a big case to solve, you just go through the motions basically to solve. There's a bit of like detecting in each story that you have to do, usually around. You'll have a crime scene to investigate, like go into a first person mode, look around with a camera and zoom in on the evidence and collect the evidence, and then present the evidence not in a courtroom because you're a private detective, towards like somebody, whoever you're working for. You might have to present the evidence back to that person to prove A or B or C or whatever. But in between that, I think last time we spoke about it, I said I hadn't got into too many scraps and you don't get interrupted too much. Well, it turns out you upset some people in the course of the story, and every fucking corner you walk around could be a scrap. And the scraps are good. I do like the scraps in Yakuza
yeah?
games.
Okay.
All right, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Are
So
you throwing people into like wood chippers? And
yeah,
stuff?
well, no, I haven't done that yet. It's like it's a lot. It's mainly fisticuffs and kicks, bit of martial
Right.
arts type things. You have two fighting styles, like a group fighting style, and then a one mano a mano fighting style. And you can, like, as you complete missions, you get SP, and you can spend your SP to unlock loads of new
God.
moves.
So Japanese.
But yeah, there you're watching. If you're watching, you're seeing one of the special moves. He just picks up a fucking dustbin from the side of the path and chucks it in the air, and then kicks it straight into some geezer's face who's already been knocked over. And then he just continues to beat the ever-loving shit out of people, which is good. Yeah, fighting is good. And then there's the detecting part, which is okay.
So it's
But,
all
like,
the good bits about
basically, it's a
good
Yakuza
bits about
game.
Yakuza, yeah.
With some
It's an older
detective stuff.
game.
It's not the turn-based new like a Dragon onwards. It's old school brawler, and you can pick up road signs and smash people in the head with them. It's always amusing, and you do get that. There's one of the newer Yakuza ones. You get friendships with people, don't you? Like, you can make friends with people in shops and stuff like that.
Yes.
And if you happen to be having a scrap near their shop, and you do the special move, they like chuck a fucking pepper pot or something at you, and you like grind the pepper in someone's eyes before kicking them in the
nice.
nuts and all that sort of stupid shit. I haven't actually had a scrap in somewhere where I'm a friend with someone, but I know that that's a thing. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's Japanesey for sure, but I like it. And it looks better than on PS5 than it looks on this screen that we're watching now. Despite this being the PS4 Pro, apparently. But yeah, I didn't realise how much of an upgrade the PS5 was before watching this video.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good. It's basically Yakuza, but you're a bit goody two shoes, sort of. You still beat the shit out of people.
Right, yeah, he's still beating people up.
So I'll get to finishing it. I don't know. I think there's 12 chapters. It does go on quite a lot, but I do find myself like wanting to do, like, because you're a detective, you need to earn money. You're a private detective, so the main story is like a story, and then you pick up loads of side quests to earn some cash. I'm on a like 400,000 yen. I don't know if that's a lot of money. I don't think it's not as many pounds, obviously, but I picked up a mission for 100,000 yen. Turned out it was a bit of fucking red herring, and that was a bit annoying because I was like, yeah, I'm
Did
going to
you
get
lose
a load of
money?
money. No, I didn't lose money, but I just didn't get any at the end of it.
Oh,
So yeah, like, there's a couple of things you can bribe. Like, there's a dodgy copper that some of the missions you'll need to like spend a load of money to get some info out of the dodgy copper. And yeah, the cutscenes are a bit hit and miss quality wise. I did do an absolutely ridiculous scene. I got because you've got a phone, so occasionally you get a phone call from your mate or some random. And I got a phone call. You used to work as a lawyer, basically, for this lawyer agency. I don't know how it works in Japan, but like a group of lawyers, they all work in the same thing. What were they called? I don't know. Something rude, probably. And they occasionally, I got a phone call the other day from this guy. He's like, "Oh, you've got to come and help. Come round to the agency quick." Blah 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 blah. So you turn up, and it's just this total non-legal scenario where basically some guy's been accused of eating someone's cake, and it does this bizarre, stupid shit every now and again. And so you go through this whole like evidence capturing, all like you normally do in the proper serious stuff. But then you play out the accusations and all that. And it was like Phoenix Wright. Not that I've played a Phoenix Wright, but you're going, oh, objection, he's doing the big point. I've definitely seen that as like a Phoenix Wright and Ace Attorney and all that stuff. So they're like hamming it up as well as all that stuff. It's good. And the acting, well, I have it in Japanese. I played it, it started off and it was in American. And I was like, I can't fucking do this in English. It just is weird. I have to play with Japanese voices, English subtitles. There's no other way to play it as far as I'm concerned. It just fucking sounds odd in English. But yeah, it's good, and I will be finishing. I think it's, I don't know if it's better than there's Lost Judgment of the sequel. I don't know if I'll get, if I play this. I've already installed Like a Dragon, which is the turn-based one on my PC because I was like, I really got into the mood. So I downloaded it, but I haven't started that yet. So that's on the radar for the future. Well,
You never played that?
No, I never got around to it.
Yeah, that was
because I literally, it came out and I just finished playing like Kiwami 2 or something. And I was like, I was a bit Yakuza'd out at the time. So I'll probably be Yakuza'd out of this.
You're going to do it to yourself again.
Yeah, exactly. It's there ready to go when I'm done. And I'm ready again to go in with that craziness. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, the studio, Ryu Gotoku, they do all of these games. And they've definitely got a style, and they've fucking nailed it. And every one of their games, I think, is at least good. And so, yeah, we'll be carrying on with it. And right, I've just played a little bit of a few other things, really, other than Battlefield, which I've played a lot of. I said I wasn't going to talk about Battlefield, but we should play Battlefield. It's on Game Pass. Did you know?
I'm not right into it.
Anyway, so I played a new game that came to Xbox Game Pass, and I don't really know how to describe this game. It's called McPixel 3. Don't know if
I
you
saw
this.
that. Yeah,
it wasn't the game I thought it was when I'd got round to playing it.
Okay.
Because it looked like, I don't know, an pixel action game, but apparently it's a pixel puzzle game. Short story is, I'm not really that keen after playing for a bit.
Did you never play any of the others then? 'Cause I
no.
did play McPixel back when it came out.
No.
Around
so it's a, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a bit like Broforce or something like that, but it's totally not. It's very rude, very crude. You poop in the opening scene, as you can see if you're watching now. You eat a bomb and you have to poop a bomb out, and like to poop the bomb out, you have to make the bomb out of the pieces of the bomb as a puzzle, like a sort of shape, like matching shape thing. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I did the poop in the bomb, and that's the start of the game. And then I can't really remember. You go into like you have to go into like puzzle scenarios, and there was a group of about 6, I think, you have to solve before you can move on. And I've solved 5 out of 6, and the 6th one was doing my head in. I was just like, I think I'm fucking done. I don't even care. It's like, it's supposed to be funny, but I don't think I laughed.
Right. I have a feeling the first McPixel was like that with me. I don't remember playing it a lot, but I do definitely remember giving it some attention.
Yeah.
And I think I noped out of there pretty quick.
Yeah.
But they got a third one out of the series.
Apparently so. Yeah, it's definitely something that some people like, I guess. You could kick people in the nuts and things like that. It's just like, I don't know. What is it? What do you even say about this? It looks. It doesn't even. It's not even good. It's not even good pixel art. It's real basic. But I mean, it's not total shit because you can see what things are. But I don't know. It's not for me. I decided after playing it for about maybe 3/4 of an hour and just like getting like, what the? I was just like, what? What?
It's not for you.
No. So anyway, McPixel 3, I don't know, you might like it. You might get something out of it, but I got frustrated. That's what I got out of it. And said, nope.
It does seem very random.
It is proper fucking weird. I was just like, doesn't seem to be any fucking connection with scene to scene. I was like, I don't understand what the fuck. Am I missing something here? There's just, I was on a train 1 minute. Next thing you know, I'm jumping out of an aeroplane. Or trying to jump out of an aeroplane. Yeah, anyway. And then it was just going, Steve, at me. I was like, what
Next.
is fucking going on? Anyway, enough of that. I did play a new game that came to PlayStation Plus, which is turning out to be much better value than I thought it was initially before I signed up. I think this is a PS Plus Extra. I don't think this is one of the monthly ones that was in the basic PS Plus. This is Redout 2, which has been out a while in general. But came to PS Plus of some description in the last couple of weeks. And it's a bit like Wipeout. So there's a career mode, there's arcade modes and all that sort of crap. And basically, once you're in, you are anti-grav racing. I'm going to skip past this because this is a load of it trope. And yeah, once you're in, it's like Wipeout. You're on like anti-grav tracks, very futuristic looking. There's a bit more to the controls than there was in Wipeout, so you do get to like you have to navigate the tracks either by going up, down, left, and right, and all that as per usual. But in addition to turning left and right, you have to strafe right and left as well. So you have one left stick is for turning, banking effectively to go around bends, and then you can strafe right and left across the track, which may seem like it could be a good thing, but it's a bit confusing because some of the corners are so tight you'll need to strafe and turn, and others you don't. And sometimes it's like a chicane, so you just strafe left and right to get through the chicane. So yeah, there's a bit of learning, a bit of fine detail to get into, and yeah, like pitch up and down is on the right stick. I don't think up and down does anything on the left stick. And yeah, runs real fucking well, looks real nice. The music's usual kind of stuff with this. It's out on, I think, on everything. But obviously, I'm getting it included with PS Plus, so that's where I'm playing it. I'll probably play. That's the sort of thing I dip in and out of, like a bit similar to Wipeout for me. I don't think I mean, probably with Wipeout, you did play that because it was that back in the days you only bought a game.
There's nothing else to play, and it
yeah,
blew
and
our
you
mind.
and you played it and played it and played it and played it when you bought a game those days. But now it's like you got fucking about 1 million games to choose from. You just dip in and out. Like I know I definitely bought Wipeout, the collection, whatever it is, on PS4, which was all upgraded, the Vita version and everything, into one game. And I do dip in and out of that occasionally. But yeah, so this is a bit of a step up visually over Wipeout, whatever game that was, Fusion and Fury and fucking HD or whatever. But it does play slightly differently. But yeah, it's that vibe. If you liked Wipeout, you might like Redout too. Maybe you want to
check it out.
Yeah. Especially if you've got PS Plus Extra, if you need that. And also, I played 2 demos. Do you want me to talk about my demos?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I'll talk about the one that's pretty cool first. Well, no, they were both alright, to be fair. So this game came out, and people have been talking about it like a sequel to Fear, Fear.
Yeah.
It's called Trepang 2, despite there not being a Trepang 1. The studio that made it are called Trepang, and yeah, they obviously ran out of ideas after naming their studio about what to call things. I don't recall playing Fear, and I've only played the demo of this, so it's a first-person shooter, and it's quite fast action-wise. I think it's. I've only you start off the demo and you're in a. This is not the demo that we're watching. You're a prisoner basically. It appears to be that you're like a special person. who's been sort of, I don't know, augmented or whatever to have extra abilities over a normal human being, and you have to escape. Someone's breaking you out, and you can tell your friends because they've got blue eyes, the ones you've just seen in the video, and enemies have like red eyes, so you don't shoot the people with the blue eyes. Some of the enemies don't have red eyes because they basically, the red eyes can see in the dark and shit like that. Like light and dark is a big part of the game. You're like sneaking around initially because you haven't got any guns when you first start the game, so you've got to keep in the dark, hide away from the guards, and you keep getting told to like go this, do there, do that to get out, and then it gets to a point where you find some guns and you start to realize your like abilities that you have, where you have a Max Payne slow-mo mode effectively, which there's like you got two like quarter circles in the front of your HUD where your crosshair is. Basically the left hand one is just slow time and your right hand one is, I can't remember, it'll come back to me maybe. So basically you're slowing down time thing.
Stamina?
No, fucking hell, I can't remember now. It's another mechanic in the game which I should really remember because I did play quite a lot. I was like, this is really cool. But yeah, so your slow-mo, you basically go invisible on the other one. That's what it is. So the invisible one, I think, is basically just on a timer. It runs down, and if you run out, then you have to wait for it to gradually build up. The slow down time version thing is, the more damage you do, the quicker that builds up. So it encourages you to like fucking zip into slow-mo time, kill a load of fucking dudes, come out of it, run around, fucking invisible, turn up. You can like grab people by like and like use them as a human shield while you're fucking shooting other people, and all the enemies are trying to shoot you. They shoot their mate, and then you can throw them at people.
I did just see the
gets
video. They
fucking crazy.
Somebody in the air and shot them.
Yeah. So I've like literally played the demo, and I was like, "Ooh, it's only about 25 quid. I might buy this." It gets fucking bonkers, and like there's some guys with shields that you can't shoot, obviously, because they've got fucking shields, like as in like a riot shield if in front of them. So to get rid of those guys, you have to sprint at them, do a slide, you knock them up in the air, and like while they're knocked up in the air, you can fucking grab them and all that stuff. It's just like a fucking bonkers playground. Shit's just fucking flying everywhere, exploding everywhere, and it's very bombastic and pretty fucking cool as a first-person shooter. It's a bit old school, I guess, but it looks fucking modern as fuck and is really nice.
They've managed to give it the sort of, it looks like it has an art style that isn't modern, but yeah, it still is modern. I don't know how they've done that. You know, it's not, I think what it is not overcomplicated. It can still look fresh without being cluttered and overcomplicated, right?
Yeah.
And then if they can keep those frames up.
Oh, the frames are banging. It's just proper like
buttery smooth.
Buttery smooth, like it's just fucking bonkers first-person shooter. Like all story based, yeah, and pretty cheap, and not trying to do anything story wise clever, I don't think, but the action is pretty clever. The stuff you can like, the finesse you can come get to watching the video is doing loads of cool shit that I wasn't doing, just with like basic abilities, like I say, going invisible and fucking slow-mo. But yeah, I think the key is that you get, and it's fucking gory as fuck when you blow. It's like you can literally blow people's heads off, and then their brains like lying in the fucking ground and shit like that. It's pretty gory. So I might buy it because it does look cool. It's not on offer. It only literally came out a couple of weeks ago, so but it's not expensive. Yeah, Trepang 2.
All right.
And
then we got one more.
One more demo that I played about half an hour of earlier, which is a sequel, which I own and I've never actually played. Hammerwatch. I don't know if you've heard of that.
It rings a bell for some reason. I'm not sure why. Very
retro looking. So it's like, this is top down. Yeah, maybe it is a bit of a Diablo, maybe. I don't know. Hammerwatch 2 is described as an open world medieval fantasy RPG. So I guess it's a bit like Diablo. but it's
Mhm.
retro in terms of it's like a pixel game.
Oh,
Uh,
that's
nice
not
though.
like Diablo, is it, Dave?
Well, maybe old Diablo. I don't know.
Might be old Diablo, yeah.
Yeah.
So I played around with it, like I say, for a little while.
Oh, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it's like 1632
It's not
bit. I don't
8-bit,
know.
that's
No,
for sure.
yeah, it's modern-ish. It's
It's not
and it's cool.
16-bit. Yeah.
And I don't know. The problem I have with it is I'm not very good at playing this game, or like Diablo either, with a mouse and keyboard. But I feel like that's probably the best way to play it.
What, you think it's the best way to play it is with a mouse and
Probably
keyboard?
because I find I was getting better using the mouse to aim my bow and arrow because I was playing as a ranger. If you're playing as a strictly melee character, it's probably fine to play with a controller. But when you're trying to shoot things, and I don't know, maybe there was just a lot going on in the early stages for me to be able to work out how to do it best with a controller. I can't remember what it was. Something just made me think, oh, this is probably better on a mouse and keyboard. And then I just carried on playing with mouse and keyboard, despite not being very good at it. I died a lot, but like it's weird. Like I went into you're picking up quests, like you're walking around. Because this obviously is a sequel, so it's literally based after the events of the first game. So spoilers for the first game. I found out exactly what happened at the end of the first game, and playing the second one, despite not finishing the first game. But yeah, basically, what happens is you just carry on the story from the end of the first game, so you are now renowned for beating the big bad from the first game, and you go into town, and everyone wants you to do jobs for them because apparently that's what heroes do. And so you're picking up shitloads of quests from all of the people in the village that's just outside the castle that you just left.
It's a bit like Zelda, I think.
Maybe. Well, it's an RPG, so yeah. But you're in direct control. I guess it could be a bit like Zelda. There's not, but
Nothing's like Zelda.
well, maybe. I haven't played Zelda enough to know, but it seems like it could be cool. I know the first game was pretty well regarded, but I don't think it was.
First game is $2 right now on Steam.
Yeah, I've got it, and you can multiplayer it. That's the thing. And I know the first game. The thing that attracted me to the first game is my brother had it, and we went round, and my son was playing it with him because it had Star Wars mods. So they basically reskinned the whole game as if it was Star Wars. So instead of running around as a fucking rogue or whatever, you're running around as like Han Solo, shooting fucking stormtroopers and shit like that. So the first game for $2 is probably very good value. Because there's, like I say, you can just party up and fucking play it as a medieval fantasy RPG, or you can skin it and play it as fucking Star Wars and God knows what else. But yeah, it seems a pretty good game as far as I can tell. I've only played the demo. There's fucking loads to it. I was just like I say, I got a quest that I was supposed to kill some pirates. I went to try and kill some pirates, and the pirates fuckers kept killing me quite a lot. I did kill a lot of pirates, but I don't think I ever killed enough to finish the quest. Because usually what happens, a couple of the quests that I did do, it was like, do you feel like, oh, did think you finished? You've done that thing that you need to do to finish that quest. It didn't tell you exactly what quest you've done, but it definitely said you've done something and you can go back somewhere and get your reward. But yeah, so I don't know. It's not going to be expensive when it comes out. I think even at full price, the games are like fucking 20 quid, possibly tops.
Right.
And there's a fair bit to it by the look of it. I know the first game was pretty good anyway, but maybe I'll go back and play it. Yeah. But yeah, you've got like a stamina bar, a fucking mana bar, a health bar to manage, and then you're like leveling up.
All that bullshit.
And and I assume I didn't even look at if there was a skill tree, but I'm assuming that's in there somewhere. Because I leveled up to level 3 and I was like, I guess I should probably check this out at some time, but I'm just too busy killing pirates and beetles. But yeah, it was cool. Anyway, thought I played with it, but I'd like to play it on a controller. And I'd like to find a good way of doing that. But I might need to just invest a bit more time in, because literally I just jumped in and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing really. And it was still fun. So Hammerwatch 2, Hammerwatch original.
Check
Very
it
similar.
out. All right. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. I have been to no surprise. I actually didn't play any Zelda while I was on holiday. So
No Zelda.
no, I haven't picked it up either since. I need to just get on with it. Right now it's gone. I haven't played it for 2 or 3 weeks, so that incentive to just I need to keep playing it has disappeared. That the crack, Zelda crack.
You're gonna have to start all over again.
No, I could get back into it soon enough. I should pick it up and finish it. I really should. So I will do that. I played a ton of Williams Pinball. I continue to play that.
Set on the iPad.
Yeah, I'm just close to unlocking the final. Actually, I bought Indiana Jones, which was $22. I bought that table for traveling. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play this probably most of my holiday. So why not just invest in it? And I've put so little money into that game, and I've already put in tons of hours. I was like, okay, I owe them for this, so I bought the table. It's good, it's cool. I'm still doing all my dailies, and there's 20 tables. I bought one, and I've unlocked the other 8. I've unlocked 18. Leaves one table I've got left to unlock.
Wowzers!
And I simply haven't unlocked. I've just got that one to unlock for full. So then I have all the tables unlocked for arcade play, and now I'm getting close to unlocking tier 3 tables now. So some of my tables that I've already unlocked are ready. I've got one ready to be unlocked at a tier 3, and when you unlock it to a tier 3, you get other things that the tables can do. So anyway, but I'm still whatever. I'm piling tons and tons of time into that. Staying on pinball, when we left Arnie's wedding on the Sunday, when Dave could not have done what we did. Okay,
It would have given him a mad headache.
We jumped in the car. We went to Pinball Republic in Croydon, and my sister, Matt, Matt and I, we before we got there. So it was like I think it was 15 quid. There are 60 tables in there, loads of modern tables, which was great. Loads of like tables throughout a good selection of tables throughout all the years. 15 quid. Place was nice. Not too many people in it, so that was good. And it was just everything set to free play. Play as much as you want, whatever you want. So straight away from the off, we just said, okay, every game we're going to play a 3-way tournament. And so we had the order, like I would go first, my cousin would go second, and my sister was third. And every time we finished a game, I took a picture, and we ended up with like, I don't know, I think we played something like 25 tables or something. And we were able to assign a points, 3 points for first, 2 points for second, 1 point for third. And we ended up, I won on something like 33 points. My cousin came second on 32, and my sister came third on 31 points. So It was like a really, really close, good game. My sister, who is not a pinball person at all, my cousin and I, we both have played pinball all our lives. My sister won the first three out the first 4 games against us. So I don't know. That's pinball all over, I think, right? God knows how good you think you are. But it was great. We played some great tables. 2 standout tables that for me, for anyone who's interested, the standout tables for me were in the modern ones. We played a lot of Godzilla, which is currently, it's a new table. I think you can still buy it, and it's currently, I think, rated as one of the best tables ever. But apparently that can happen with new tables.
Recency bias.
Yes, exactly. But it is very good. It is very good. There's no doubt about it. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of good humor in it and lots of cool things to do. We also played another one called Dialed In, which was from I can't remember. It wasn't a pinball company you hear a lot about. I can't remember which one it was. But that one is cool. It's got lots of really cool lights on the field, and it's all based around mobile phones, which was pretty interesting topic. But there's one point where it just starts a selfie thing, and every time you hit a bumper or a target or a spinner or whatever, it takes a selfie and it pops it up on the screen in front of you. So if you have like
slightly distracting.
you so you hit like this point. I think I hit something like 13 points. So there's 13 pictures of me up on the screen. Just it was interesting because I see a lot of pinball machines, but it was interesting to see my sister, who really hasn't seen pinball machines for decades, and she just found it fascinating. Like, and it is, when looking at it through her eyes, the amount of cool little things they have on all these machines is brilliant. We're playing Attack from Mars, and then suddenly it goes into this mode where you have to shoot the aliens, and I didn't even see it coming, and there's lots of little aliens bouncing around all over the table and stuff, and it was just neat, just lots of really cool stuff. More pinball, and my ranking's going up. I'm now ranked, I think, 15,000th.
Is this on your
so-
iPad?
No. This
It's
is my proper pinball world ranking. So,
How does this work then?
oh yeah, so you not know about that? Have I not talked about that yet?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Okay, so because I could play in the tournaments on Friday night, they're officially counted in world rankings.
Oh.
So I'm registered with the International Pinball Flipper Association. And now I have 3 tournaments against my name, and those 3 tournaments have earned me points, and those points have earned me a ranking. I started off at 22,000, then after my first tournament, or second, I went to 17,000. Yeah, my first tournament put me at 22,000. My second tournament put me at 17,000, and my third tournament put me at 15,000. So my goal, don't forget, people, everybody remembers back, 2 goals from all this. There's now 3. Okay, first goal. Can anyone remember what the first 2 goals were for Fraser's Pinball Adventure? Jim's basement. I got to get into Jim's basement.
Oh, okay. Was that a goal?
Right?
I didn't realise that was a goal.
Yeah, that
I thought
was
you'd
one of the
already been
goals.
to Jim's basement.
No, I haven't been to Jim's basement. And the second one is to win something, right? That may happen. And then now
Well, you
the
just
third
gotta
one is to
go
get.
and break everyone's fingers.
Well, I'm in these tournaments. Stranger things have happened. So there's this one guy I played in in about 2 or 3 tournaments now, and I thought he was on around about the same level as me, but he won a tournament last week. So every dog can have their day, apparently.
Indeed.
Yeah, and so my third one is to make top 1,000. That's what I want to
In the world?
in those rankings. In those rankings. I don't know whether it really counts as the world, but it's those rankings anyway.
in Fraser's world.
In Fraser's world, yeah.
Apparently,
my
you need
wife
to
still
go
won't have-
blind, don't you, to be good at
My
pinball?
wife still won't have sex with me,
Oh.
even though I've got a world pinball ranking. What's up with that? I've also been playing some Valorant, which is as frustrating as it's probably more frustrating than it ever was. We just played around, and I was shouting my head off and getting beat and getting shouted back at by people. And I mean, it was good. We had a really good second game. I think the problem is we've been playing competitive. That is brutal, the competitive world. Really brutal, especially when we don't play regularly. But there you go.
Who were you playing as?
Omen. Trash bag.
Yeah. You don't know how to play Omen, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sorry, you don't know how to play him well.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? Saying all that, we had the second match today, and I don't know if Arnie's listening. He'll bring it up to me. He'll bring it up later. Is I actually really enjoyed it, even though there was a lot of shouting. I really enjoyed it, and I don't know whether it's because we played an unrated game compared to the competitive game. I just feel like every time we play competitive, those of us who aren't very good just don't get a foothold. And then it feels like when we play unrated, things are a little bit better. You know, it's just, I don't know what it is. So
Is it a bit more chill vibes?
I don't know what
there's
it is.
there's less pressure on you performing, so you can perform better.
Yeah,
Or is it just the opposition are shitty?
No, I think that's definitely a possibility. You know, that it's a little bit more carefree. And
It's not affecting anyone else's rank if you lose.
I think the thing with unrated. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It might just be an anomaly. Just today, I got lucky on that unrated game. I don't know, but I've got a sneaking suspicion I might play in some more Valorant in my future.
I couldn't. I played it. I was drunk, but I played it the other week, and I was just like, everything I did reminded me why I stopped playing. So
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I just need to play it more regularly and I'll enjoy it more. And then Hunt, we've been playing Hunt. They got a new event in Hunt, a new boss, Rotjaw, which is a huge crocodile.
have you actually
which you'll be
seen it
pleased-
yet?
I have seen Rotjaw. I have been
Ooh.
properly chomped by Rotjaw.
Is
I've
he,
been
is
killed
he
by
the deadliest boss?
she. Apparently, it's a she.
Or she?
No, well, she doesn't. It's a roaming boss, only available
does
on
that
wild
work?
card. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, not a roaming boss. That's completely wrong. She is not a roaming boss. So basically, you have to play on a wild card map if you want to play Rotjaw. If you want
What does
to,
that
if you
mean?
want Rotjaw to be in the game,
What's
they have
wild
wild card contracts now. So a standard no contract is a normal game. If you play a wild card contract, then you play a game that will have maybe some weather effects or
Nighttime. The
something.
moon.
Yeah, nighttime.
Was
Maybe
it Serpent's
something.
Moon?
Yeah, stuff like that. And so Rotjaw is only on the wild card matches, and I think in Heavy Rain, which is a new element that they've added.
Heavy Rain. Is Jason in it?
Jason. So we played a few games. We finally, after many games of trying to find this frock, we realized we were playing on the wrong map. And then when we got into the proper map, we found that you basically find these little, they're almost like bonfires, and you investigate the bonfire like you would investigate a normal clue. And then the smoke from the bonfire points in the direction that you should go to find Crocodilia. And we've probably played 2 or 3 games where we were hunting her. I did find her once, and then I got killed by some
Are
people.
there other bosses as well as her?
Yeah. So she counts as a bounty token, but she only drops 1. So she's like a minor boss, I think is probably the best way. Plus, if the other bounties from the main boss extract, then
She's gone.
you get she doesn't go, but you get a countdown timer, right? Your time. So that signifies the beginning of the end. But yeah, she's huge. She does a lot of damage when she snaps you. But she looks as though she's probably pretty straightforward if as long as you've got the right gear to take her on. And but the problem we had is everyone was going to the same spot, so that it was just bonkers, right? Everyone was there, just getting wrecked.
The new thing that everyone wants to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but this new event is pretty good. We're enjoying that. There's lots of stuff to do for challenges, and what was I going to say? Yeah, there is some new stuff. There's been a lot of changes to ammo types, buffs, debuffs, or whatever. I keep meaning to
got
look
new
at the patch
guns?
notes. There is 1 or 2 new guns. There's one new gun called the Drilling, which is a double rifle with an underslung shotgun on it. I've been killed by it. I did not have
Double rifle.
I have no clue who killed me, where they killed me from. But all I know
What do you mean
is
a
that they
double
used
rifle? Like they're dual wielding?
side by side rifle and then an underslung.
Oh, okay. So it's like the
So it's double
elephant gun.
barreled rifle.
Is it like the
side
elephant
by
gun?
side though, yeah.
So it does a shitload of damage, but it's got.
I don't know how much damage it does. They have a training mode. They have a shooting range now you can go to see damage from weapons, which I thought was something I wouldn't be interested in. I popped in there yesterday. It was very cool to play around and shoot stuff from distances and get a really good immediate idea of how much damage you're doing.
Is there bullet drop then and all that sort of thing?
No bullet drop, bullet travel.
Right.
But there is damage drop off. There's effective damage distances. So that's pretty neat to go in and experiment with. Somebody just left and came back very quickly.
Craig went.
But yeah, all right. But that's Hunt. Continues to be wonderful and frustrate. Yeah, I was losing my mind yesterday, but there you go. I think that's me, not the games. Yeah, that's about it.
Julio.
All right, should we call it then? I'm dying for a pee. Big time. You're gonna make me wait.
I don't know
now,
what to
aren't you?
say. I don't know what to
shouldn't
say.
I shouldn't have said anything. You're gonna make me wait.
No,
All right. Well, if nobody,
think we
let's call that then. It's good to be back, Dave. Do you want to do your Diffy
do my
do thing?
spiel. Yeah, yeah. So signing us off. So thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. We have YouTube and Twitch channels which we'll upload and stream to as much as we can. Neil, we're doing shout outs for
Just Quaxall tonight. Said hello.
just Quaxall.
It's all we need, Quaxel.
Yep.
It's all we
Tood-
need.
He's still here. Still here. Saying toodles, gents. Thanks for hanging
Yeah.
around.
What a legend. Thanks, mate.
Right. Brilliant. It's been great to get back. And,
Yes.
I'm away in 2 weeks.
Oh, I see.
So what are we going to do?
We'll figure it out.
Who's streaming? And do you want all the
We'll
shit?
figure it out, won't we, Dave?
yeah, it'll be fine.
It's easy, really.
We're having another week off. The summertime, innit? All right, I gotta go. I gotta
Right.
go pee. Thanks,
Right,
everyone.
bye.
Much
Right.
appreciated. Good to be back. We shall
Cheers.
catch up with you later.
See you soon.
Boys.
Bye.